Niger, the landlocked country, is the former colony of France, officially called the French colony from 1922 to 1960. France, with other European countries, had been invading the marginalized states by giving them dreams of development. Niger, having the presidential ruling system, is now in a conflict position. It was July 26, 2023, when the Niger army had taken over their presidential palace and warned France to withdraw from the country within 30 days immediately. President Mohamed Bazoum had been removed now by a military takeover. Abdurrahman Chiani, the head of Niger's presidential guards, took over and threw out the president due to supporting colonial policies. The world is shocked now. Western globalists are in a state of trauma. Unplanned things are going to happen against European colonialism. Niger is enriched with uranium, oil, gas and natural sources, but the economy rests on farming only. The World Nuclear Association claims that 5% of the world's mining uranium output is from Niger. It is used for atomic energy and radioactivity to treat cancer patients in Europe. Al Jazeera claims that after a military takeover in Niger, the price of uranium for treatment increased from $56.15 to $56.25 within a week. It is France who has engaged Niger in agreements and taking the reserves and teaching the lessons to the natives to be progress and develop like Europe. Agreements between Niger and France had been continuing and the natural sources were withdrawn. It means that the good fortune of Niger was sold to French colonials. Global power blocks and global strategic positions are changing nowadays. The involvement of China and Russia had left the place of the West on its knees and proxies were encountered. Our previous videos told us that the Wagner Group is performing Russian missions in Africa, as the distress in Niger is due to the impressive impact of Putin's recent visit to Africa. Euronews disclosed on August 9, 2023 that the Niger army government is due to the visit of Putin in Africa. The slogans in the army, the capital of Niger, are "Down with France, long live Putin." Though the United Nations and Western missions had been functioning in Niger, but despite of all missions, Niger could not be prosperous. Observing the situation, the brains of critical thinkers come to these questions. Which significant aspects led Niger to get away from France and close to Russia? What are the interests of Niger in allying with Russia? What can be the possible results and consequences in this regard? Let's explore the realities with evidence. Formerly, France had been withdrawing uranium, a much more expensive item used for radioactivity. Ishal Theroux expressed in the Washington Post on August 1, 2023, that after taking over the government, the Niger army claimed that France had been taking out the uranium from Niger, a massive power for French civil atomic energy. The Foreign Ministry of France declared that the army takeover had significantly diversified supplies. The Washington Post further disclosed that Niger is intended to have uranium mining deals with China soon after closing agreements with France. Arab News reported that recently militants conflicted with the Niger due to allies with France because Al-Qaeda and other militant groups are against Europe. Through the withdrawal of French troops, the indications for Al-Qaeda attacks will also be dismissed. Oxfam International reported in December 2013 that till 2010, 114,364 metric tons were exported, which values 2.3 trillion francs, about 3.5 million euros, which were 13% of the exported values of France. France 24 News told on July 7, 2023 that France had frozen the aid and the US threatened Niger's military takeover. The question is about the investment rather than the support. Freezing of uranium agreements and withdrawing France from Niger can result in the price increase in cancer treatment on the public level. At the same time, the atomic energy program will also cost too much. On 4th August 2023, Bloomberg wrote that Niger military junta had ended the defense cooperation and announced that the French would withdraw its 1,500 troops immediately from Niger. The Guardian wrote that the relationship between France and Niger ties is due to former colonialism, which was structured as France-Afrique. together fighting and attacking drones on militants, but still, militancy could not be ended. IMF reported in 2013 that Arena's company revenue was $13 billion, twice the total economy of Niger. It proves that the economy of Niger had been on a ventilator while colonials and globalist France had been enjoying the natural sources. These are the facts that the country's economy, political structures, social strictures, rebellion in the name of militants, and no proper increase in the national and individual economy had been observed in Niger. Hence, the people stood up and demanded to flee France and want to be close to Russia. Now the question is about the interest of Niger in allying with Russia. Al Jazeera reported on August 1, 2023 that Ukrainian high officials claimed that Russia was behind the military takeover of Niger by the government. Todd Prince and Radio Free Europe reported on August 9, 2023 that Niger military had put the West in a challenging situation. It looked like Russia supported the military and wanted revenge for European involvement in the Russia-Ukraine war. The French-European policy of colonialism and source capturing is dying. David Filling wrote in the Financial Times on August 10, 2023 that Niger will be a graveyard of French policy, and the slogan will be La France doit partir, which means France must leave. On July 28, 2023, Sahara reporters reported that Russia had forgiven a $23 billion loan to African countries. It is a strategic move, but the total amount of money distributed and part given to Niger is not mentioned. It looked like China intended to function as a business, while Russia was designed to work as a strategic partner with Niger and other African countries. The stretches of power of Russia and China will defeat the French and other European countries' global supremacy in Africa due to unjust policies. Russia will take benefits to stand against the European colonials because the conditions of the African countries are not set. Niger is another example after Ethiopia, Somalia, and other countries. The price of natural resources like uranium, oil, gas, and coal of Niger will be upgraded according to accurate marketplace rather than colonial policy.